The events leading up to Quando Rondo leaving the Crips can be traced back to August 19th, 2022. On that fateful day, Quando Rondo and his friends, Lil Pab, found themselves battling for their lives after a rival gang ambushed them at a gas station. While Quando Rondo made it out alive, Lil Pab ended up taken out. A heartbroken Quando Rondo took to his Instagram on the 7th of September to denounce his gang for not protecting him. Were the rolling 60s Crips to be blamed for Rondo's attack? Why Quando Rondo left the Crips. In September 2022, rapper Quando Rondo's affiliation with any street gang came to an end. Rapper Quando Rondo had always been open about his gang affiliation in the past, as he often spoke about his association with the Savannah and Atlanta subset of the rolling 60s neighborhood Crips during his teenage years. And until recently, he was always ready to ride and even go to war for his gang. But Quando Rondo doesn't seem to want to be a soldier anymore. On September 7th, 2022, Quando Rondo took to his Instagram story to denounce his affiliation with the rolling 60s neighborhood Crips after he had mourned his dear friend, who passed away in August 2022 for about a month. Rondo walked away from the incident that took his friend unharmed. While people claimed Quando Rondo was lucky to have gone unscathed from the incident, the rapper didn't feel the same way. In the code of every known gang, you're either blood in or blood out, a phrase that describes being jumped by fellow members. Rondo believed that his attack was an inside job from the Crips, so he made it clear that he had no plans of getting jumped out by unloyal gang members and only wanted to focus on his family. He went on to sever all ties with the gangs he's affiliated with, as he wrote, "I'm not jump out gang either. Ain't no loyalty in this. I'm my own man. I lay my flag down. I'm not NH. Y'all ain't gonna ride for it for real. It's no sense of me being a part of y'all." Quando Rondo talked about how his gang members roll with the opposition without regard to their members who get attacked in gang wars. He also believed he was being attacked because everybody hated him and he would no longer focus on them. He wrote, "Y'all with the opposition, it don't take rocket scientists to see what the going on. Everybody already hate me. I ain't tripping on the extra hate. I'm about to focus on my family, the ones who gonna really drop a tear if I die." Quando Rondo went on as he had other things to offload from his chest. The rapper talked about the only people he was friends with and that he didn't care about anybody else except his daughter. The rapper wrote, "Op with a select few people. My circle's super tight. Op with Lil D, Trench, Los, Serial, Big Dude, and Lil Tim." He continued, "I'm focusing on myself and my little girl. That's who I'm living for." What really happened to Lil Pab? It's as clear as day the reason Quando Rondo decided to leave the Crips gang, and it didn't come as a shock to many people who have followed the rapper's life for the past 2 years. Since his involvement in King Von's passing on in 2020, Quando Rondo hasn't had peace in the rap industry. The rapper has found himself in one hit after another, getting canceled for concerts and all around receiving no bookings. Quando Rondo has undoubtedly suffered severe consequences since 2020, and as much as he's tried to thug it out, the rapper couldn't keep pushing, especially when his gang didn't ride for him. The hit of Lil Pab was no doubt one of the consequences he had to suffer over the passing of King Von. And with his gang not having his back, Rondo was forced to cut them off. On the fateful day of August 19th, 2022, Quando Rondo and his friend Lil Pab were at a gas station in Beverly Grove when 3 men dressed in black pulled up on them. Reports revealed that they fired at Quando Rondo's vehicle. An already alert Quando managed to drive away from the scene and pulled up near Beverly Boulevard and La Cienega Boulevard a little before 5:30 p.m. Help had arrived at the time, but unfortunately, Lil Pab had passed away. Quando watching his friend being taken out right before his eyes was probably the most heartbreaking thing he had ever had to deal with, the rapper said in his rant. "I got too much weight on my shoulders. I'm standing on all 10. I love Pab like AF, but I'm not going to cuz fume." He further revealed that Lil Pab being taken out was the reason he quit. He wrote, "Nobody knows what I'm going through. I watched my homie die. I want to see a lot of y'all wake up and keep a level head after that." How Quando Rondo became a gangster. Born in March 1999 to Queen Terrell Bowman, had his first cry and breathe in the neighborhood of Savannah, Georgia. Although not everyone from the hood can blame their rough lifestyle on how or where they were raised, Quando Rondo surely can be an exception. The rapper barely had a moment of happiness while growing up. While Quando Rondo's father was in prison most of the time, his mother was an addict. Rondo couldn't fight an adoption process that was set up for him, as he was not born into favorable circumstances. The rapper still grew up in an area prone to various gang activities activities and crime even after he was adopted. And all of that led to him becoming involved in gang violence as a young boy. Quando Rondo eventually ended up in juvenile detention centers frequently, and this finally gave way for him to be attached to one of the gangs he believed to be safe for him. Quando Rondo gang attacks. When it comes to the gang lifestyle, Quando Rondo has had his fair share and has gone as far as seeking favors from top gang members in whatever city he visits, including Los Angeles. Rapper Quando Rondo had always been open about being a member of the Rolling 60s Crips. Quando was in a sect in Atlanta, Georgia, his hometown. However, given his fame across the industry, Quando Rondo sought to join other sects of the Rolling 60 Crips for protection.
Man, listen, I say this all the time, cause I'm real heavy, on cripping, period. I'm gonna do that to the day I die. Sometimes I ask the Lord, when I be asking the Lord for forgiveness, first thing pop up in my head is, boy, I can't stop being no crip though. You feel me? That's the first thing pop up in my head, like that's just something, you feel me?
According to street legend and Crips member Big U, Quando Rondo sought protection from the Rolling 60s Crips in Los Angeles, but he didn't go about it in the right way. Big U revealed in an interview he granted in March 2021 that the U's in the rap industry believe that they have what it takes to be gangsters until they realize they should have checked in with the gangs before claiming the streets.
The youngsters get out and then they have to have an experience before they realize I should have checked in. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Or I should have called, or I should have been moving a certain way. And so they get out and they might be under your banner, but then they not respecting the banner. They ain't calling you. They got your number, they know who you is, but they feel like they bigger than the program.
To check in with gangs means to pay money to these street gangs in exchange for protection and recognition, especially in the streets of LA, according to Big U. Many young rappers do not know this and fail to respect the gang rules and even the gang leaders while in LA. To understand his point much better, Big U referred to rapper Quando Rondo and talked about how he got into the streets of LA without paying regard and checking in with Crips. When Quando got into trouble, he put a call across to Big U, and Big U wasn't very pleased about it. He told Quando not to call him only when he needed a favor, since he never called him to check in the first place.
They claim my neighborhood that's in this music, but they don't really f with us until it's a problem. Then they call him. Like Quando Rondo, I just showed Envy. Like, you can't call me now. You can't call me when the fire hot. You didn't f with me before that. You know what I mean? You had my number. You could have called me. You could have did all that. You know what I mean? But he was around about. But how is that fair to me? How is that fair to our team, though? You know what I mean?
In March 2021, Quando Rondo got to hear about Big U's interview, and it was at this point he denied ever being a gang member. Quando made a video where he replied to Big U's allegation, saying that the conversation between them never went down the way Big U portrayed it. Not sure who was telling the truth, but these two individuals have a record in the gang world. According to Quando Rondo, when he first got to LA, he hit up Big U for something different that wasn't in any way related to seeking gang protection or trying to be a gang member. He had called on Big U because he believed Big U was heavy on charity, and a lot of people said positive things about him helping the community. Quando claimed that he called up Big U because he wanted to give back to the community and partake in giving out charity to those who needed it.
Cause first of all, when I hit Unc up, when I hit the big homie up, I was calling that man on some like this. Cause I got a lot going on. I got a lot of fuck shit going on out here. I know that Cuz is in a lane where Cuz got a lot of charity going on. Cuz just got a lot of positive going on. You feel me? Which my team was hitting up a lot of more people, like a lot of people.
He made another video. He said that before paying any gang for protection on the streets, he would rather spend the money on security that would keep him safe professionally and legally.
No, was not trying to give back just to have a good face card. I was just trying to give back from the heart. I never once called nobody, no on planet Earth for no protection. The cause I don't fear no man. Why would I wait to get us and run to the hood? I ain't even that type of. I ain't no man put fear in me. Get every day, as you can see.
Quando Rondo's first attack happened a couple of months after King Von passed away, which was stated to be the beginning of his downfall earlier. In May 2021, Quando was on his way to perform at a concert in Atlanta when he was attacked. The rapper, who was with his team on that fateful night, was parked at a grocery store, making a quick stop to buy some things. A few minutes after they parked their vehicle, another car pulled up and began opening fire at them. Quando Rondo got lucky as he was able to escape from the crossfire unharmed, but a few members of his entourage were hurt. Fans came for Lil Durk as they thought Lil Durk was trying to avenge his friend that was taken out. Von. Quando Rondo music career. In 2013, Quando Rondo was only 14 years old when he got sentenced to 2 years in juvenile detention. Not only did being locked up make him a thug and a gangster, but it also helped him discover his talent. The rapper realized he could make use of random objects to create raps and develop sounds. Quando Rondo's gift was so natural as he could effortlessly create music and was very good at singing. The rapper took his talent seriously as he focused on his skills to get a better grip on the music thing, which would have been a good and respectable source of living for him without the gang affiliation he got himself into. Quando Rondo started sharing snippets of his songs on SoundCloud in 2017, and this was when he started to get recognized. Soon enough, some of Quando Rondo's songs quickly went viral, and this made him famous on the social media platform. As expected, people wanted to know who the new rapper in town was, and his Instagram account followers went up by an imaginable margin. Quando Rondo started to get the better part of his fame when his talent got recognized by big artists like The Game, Birdman, and Never Broke Again Youngboy. The rapper passed up several record labels as he didn't quickly get a suitable one for himself, but not long after, he finally signed a deal with Atlantic Records. The rapper wasn't in the industry for games, and in early 2018, Quando Rondo made a collaboration with Lil Baby, and they realized another song that brought about more fame for him, titled I Remember. This song not only made a good track on anyone's playlist, but also had over 11 million views on YouTube. Another one of Rondo's singles, Motivation, came out shortly after, and the attention on this track even surpassed the previous one. The rapper later went on to release his debut mixtape. It was titled Life Before Fame. Quando Rondo's career has been going so well since then, before things started getting terrible in 2020. Another feature of Quando Rondo's music career is the frequent diss tracks he throws around to annoy his fellow rappers and ops. Lil Durk happens to be the major focus in his diss track most recently. In February 2021, Quando Rondo was the first to attack Lil Durk by dissing him through his music video. He released a video for his song Soul Reaper, where a dummy that looked like Lil Durk appeared to get hit and eliminated in the music video. While fans believe that was Quando Rondo sending out disses to Lil Durk, the rapper claimed that the video wasn't aimed at Durk. He said, "These fans make anything up. Don't even be thinking like that." In June of 2021, Lil Durk was called out for responding to Quando's diss video after he released a snippet from an unreleased song. In the snippet, Durk sing to this Quando as he rapped, "That rose better be bulletproof, Lil. You know we gon' hit at the stars," he said. At the time the snippet was made public, Quando Rondo had just done an interview with Angela Yee while they were both inside a Rolls Royce. There was no way Lil Durk would come back and deny he wasn't talking to Quando. After constant backlash, Lil Durk had to give a statement about the situation. He said, "I never said a lame name," wrote the voice on Instagram. "Stop lying on me, y'all. Check mark emoji."